Our next contestant, Roger Klingman. 3 little words. 3 little words, Roger Klingman.
You never forget the first time that you hear those 3 little words, you have cancer. Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, it's like you were taking a walk in the park and suddenly you discover you're standing on the edge of a precipice. Several things had to happen before I would hear those 3 little words. 4 things happened after. I got a call from my wife's cousin. Would I come down and visit him in Florida? Gee, let's see. February weather in Florida, February weather in Kansas. I'm going to Florida. My wife, Linda, never forgave me. The moment my plane took off, the moment she started driving home from the airport, it started to snow. We had the worst snowstorm in 5 years. The point is, for 8 days, she didn't look at me. When she did look at me, she said, "What's that in your eye?" I hadn't noticed anything. The family eye doctor said, "I don't know what it is, but it wasn't there last month." He sent me to see a specialist, Dr. Gangadhar. I didn't know it at the time, but Dr. Gangadhar is the best eye surgeon west of the Mississippi. He looked at me, scheduled me into his surgery. I don't remember much about the surgery. I remember the open back gown, the very low, cold operating table. The doctor came in. He looked down at me. "How are you doing?" The last thing I remember is looking up at him and saying, "Doctor, you are so tall." Dr. Gangadhar took the sample and sent it to 2 local labs. They examined it. The result came back. We don't know what it is, but it's not cancer. He wasn't happy with that result. He sent it to 2 labs in Kansas City. They examined it. We don't know what it is, but it's not cancer. Taking the last specimen and sending it to the Mayo Clinic, the result came back. It was cancer. Dr. Gangadhar could not bring himself to tell me those 3 little words. Instead, he said, "I'm sending you to see a specialist. Here's the address." When I got to the address, I probably should have taken a clue from the 3 words on the side of the building, Kansas Cancer Center. But no, I'm oblivious. I go in and ask for Dr. Reddy. In his office, Dr. Reddy says, "About the cancer in your eye." It was like the floor fell out from beneath me. Dr. Reddy sent me to see 2 other doctors. One doctor said, "I'm going to put your head in a vise, your eye in a cage, and using lasers, I'm going to burn the cancer out of your eye." The other doctor said, "We have this medication. It's not a new medication, but using it to treat cancer is an off-label use. However, it has been highly successful against your kind of cancer." I went with doctor number 2. 4 things got me through. 1, wife. 2, prayer. 3, 7-Up. 4, teddy bears. My wife would sit in the lobby while the nurse stuck the needle in my arm. Then my wife would come in and sit beside me for the hours it took for that bag to drain. Then she would pull the car up to the curb. A nurse would help me out to the car. When we got home, Linda would help me into the house, get me straightened out on the couch, where my heart would be beating like I just ran a race. Number 2, prayer. One of the other people in the clinic came up to me and said, "What's your name?" "Why do you want to know?" "I'm starting a prayer chain so that we can pray for each other." That sounded good to me. I joined a prayer chain. Number 3, 7-Up. We were restricted on the amount of fluids we were allowed. All they had were these little juice boxes. I'm here to tell you that when you are burning up on the inside, nothing feels as good as a cold 7-Up. And what did your grade school teacher tell you? You have to bring enough for everyone. So of course, I brought enough for everyone at the clinic. Number 4, teddy bear. Victory in the Valley came through. Would you like a teddy bear? Well, yes, I would like a teddy bear. I know it looked ridiculous. A grown man, a hose in one arm, tightly squeezing a teddy bear with the other. But this little guy, he went through it all with me. My fellow Toastmasters, if you ever hear those 3 little words, number 4, I will share my teddy bear. Number 3, I will bring you a 7-Up. Number 2, I will lift you in prayer. Number 1, you cannot have my wife.